Garrett's cleaning her up, giving her a bath.
Oiling the cylinders right now.
Swiping the cylinders down with oil because it might be a little while before we start it. We'll go over all the decks with a razor blade. Even though we run MLS gaskets, it's a nice idea just to clean up anything that would have been there. We did find some lifters. Had two that were stuck down off the lock. Not sure if they were stuck, and that was our noise, was a push rod loose. But it's a possibility that could have been the noise. I'm not sure. He got the oil barbell out.
It's over here on the floor.
So we had to do a little finagling, but he got the old barbell out. We ran a new plastic. Probably ain't gonna zoom in that way. But he got her out. We got a brand new billet one to put in. Just cleaning up any old residue out of the motor, wiping everything down. We had some metal in the bearing, so we wasn't gonna take no chances and not wipe everything and clean it. So that's what he's doing now. Just trying to get all the water back out of it, blow all these bolt holes out. It's real important on these motors you don't leave any water in these head bolt holes, because the actual threads and the head bolts are all the way down in the bottom of the block. And if there's any water in there and you start tightening that down and the water gets underneath the bolt, you crack the block every time. So always make sure you blow them out. Guys, if you're pulling heads to do anything in the car, spend a little extra time blowing them out. If you think you blowed them out twice, blow them out 2 times more. There's always more water in those holes that don't come out. So blow the hell out of them and save yourself the headache of cracking a block. Many guys have cracked them on the inside and had oil and water contamination, and then they realize that's what happened. So it's always a good idea.
I need on that side so I can get this back cam bearing.
But he's having fun. He's cleaning everything up. We're putting new lifters in. We got new LS7 lifter sets to put in, so we'll run those. Lifters in this motor actually came out of a old racing engine. There probably wasn't too much wrong with them, but just 3 of them don't match the others, so we don't want to take a chance. He's trying to show you the ones. I think it's in that set. So basically what we're seeing, like if you look at this lifter, see how it's not coming back up? It could mean that
you can see
that's normal. See how it's touching the lock ring? Well, this one's not. And that could have either meant that this oil wasn't getting enough oil on startup just that one time and it pushed itself down and never came back up. Or it could be that it's actually stuck right there where it's at and it won't come back up, which would cause all kinds of issues with push rod. And we had a mysterious knock. We still never really figured out what the knock was. So it could have definitely been that. It would have rattled like crazy, so. But Junkyard Engine Part 2 is about to go back together with new bearings. We're gonna mic everything when we go back together on the bearings. I'm also going to take the time to mic the rods on the bearings, torque one completely down, and check the rod bearing and make sure that it's completely round when it's crushed, because we had these rods reconned, and if the bearing crush isn't enough and the bearing is still oblonged, that kind of explains the wear we're seeing. So that may mean we got to take these rods back to a machine shop to get opened the rest of the way so we can run an oversized bearing for a honed rod, which ain't a big deal. It just means a different set of bearings that we're going to need. We're going to have to return the ones we got, but we got to get the crush right, or otherwise the bearings are going to keep having problems. But that's the update.